Hey everybody, Nick Espinosa, your chief security fanatic here, and today we have to talk about Elon Musk's company. No, not that one or the other one or the one that he just bought. We have to talk about Tesla. Now, he's been in the news lately because he just bought Twitter, and he's in the process, apparently, from what I've read, of firing the Twitter executives and reshaping this and blah, blah, blah. Will Donald Trump come back, et cetera, et cetera. But what's flying under the radar, interestingly enough, is a new criminal probe that Tesla is going under. Now, this is from CNBC. And here's what's up. Tesla is under criminal investigation in the United States over claims that the company's electric vehicles can drive themselves. And that is according to multiple people talking to CNBC that are familiar with this matter. Now, the U.S. Department of Justice launched the previously undisclosed probe last year following more than a dozen crashes, some of them fatal, involving Tesla's driver assistance system known as Autopilot, which was activated during all of these accidents. Again, this is according to the sources. Now, as early as 2016, Tesla's marketing materials have touted Autopilot's capabilities. On a conference call that year in 2016, Elon Musk, obviously the CEO, described it as a quote-unquote probably better than the normal human driver. Now, last week, Musk literally on another call basically said that Tesla would soon be releasing an upgraded version of the quote-unquote full self-driving software that would allow customers to travel, quote, to your work, your friend's house, to the grocery store without you touching the wheel, end quote. Now, a video that is currently on the website also says, and I quote, "The person in the driver's seat is only there for legal reasons. He is not doing anything. The car is driving itself." End quote. Now, the company has explicitly warned drivers, though, that they must keep their hands on the wheel and maintain control of their vehicles while using Autopilot, from what I understand. And I am not a Tesla Autopilot expert by any stretch of the imagination, is that you can have your hands off the wheel, but you have to periodically touch the wheel so the car knows that you're there and alive and awake, or whatever it is. Now, the Tesla technology is designed to assist with steering, braking, speed, and lane changes, but its features, quote, do not make the vehicle autonomous, end quote, and that is according to the company on their website as well. Now, such warnings could complicate the case that the Department of Justice is trying to bring, and here we are. But federal and California safety regulators have already been scrutinizing claims about whether the Autopilot's capabilities and the system's design imbue customers with a false sense of security, including them to treat Teslas as truly driverless cars and become complacent behind the wheel, which obviously could have deadly consequences for not just the driver, but anything the driver potentially hits, aka another human. Now, the Justice Department investigation is potentially representing a more serious level of scrutiny because the possibility of criminal charges against the company or individual executives, aka Elon Musk, might actually come to fruition here. Now, as part of the latest probe, the Justice Department prosecutors in Washington and San Francisco are examining whether Tesla misled consumers, investors, and regulators by making unsupported claims about the capabilities of its driverless car. And there we are. Now, officials conducting this inquiry ultimately said that they could pursue criminal charges, seek civil sanctions, or close a probe without taking any action, depending on what they find. And we will see what happens here. Now, I find this interesting because a few months ago, I took some absolute flack on this situation when I interviewed a person that basically was putting out videos and lobbying Congress to say that, okay, these Teslas are, hitting things, and, they're hitting these, poor little dummy children on a test track, all those kinds of things. But, here we are. So, it was funny to see that because, maybe this is part of that as well. Again, I am not an expert at Tesla cars. I took a lot of flack. I was called I think the stupidest man on the internet for interviewing this guy. It was a very interesting week. And I think some of those people, as soon as I start tagging Tesla in this, are probably going to say the same thing. But the bottom line is whether you love Tesla or hate Tesla, whether you think that guy that I interviewed is a complete charlatan and fake that whole thing, because there's been a lot of videos on that since I interviewed him, and obviously not because of my interview, but because of his videos themselves. We're going to see what happens here. But there's actual probes on this. There have been actual crashes on this, at least a dozen, according to CNBC. So I think it's something that we need to take seriously. And here we are. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online. Please attempt to stay private. And if you have a Tesla Autopilot, it's not 100% autonomous. Take care.